How we doing, folks? This is the Pop Music Freak. I am back with another Song Facts Countdown video, counting down my 1,000 favorite songs of all time. We are up to number 798. The first, number one solo hit for Phil Collins, 1984, from a movie, Against All Odds. Take a look at me now. Let me give you the song facts and information on this song. It is a song that's been remade several times, but there's nothing better than the original. In most cases, that is the truth. I think especially in this case. So, here we go. Against All Odds, Take a Look at Me Now is a song by English drummer, singer, and songwriter Phil Collins. It was recorded for the soundtrack to the 1984 film of the same name. It is a power ballad in which its protagonist implores an ex-lover to take a look at me now, knowing that reconciliation is against all odds, but worth the gamble. Song reached number one on the Billboard Hot 100 in the United States, the first of 7 U.S. number ones for Collins in his solo career. Against All Odds also topped the charts in Canada, Ireland, and Norway, while peaking at number 2 in the United Kingdom. The song has been covered by several singers, some versions of which have been successful in both the US and UK markets. The song has twice reached number one on the UK singles chart, the pairing of Mariah Carey and boy band Westlife in September of 2000, and then again by Steve Brookstein, the first winner of the X Factor, in January of 2005. Let's get more in depth here. Let's talk about Phil Collins' version, background, writing, and recording of it. Collins was approached to write the title song to the film Against All Odds while it was still in its preliminary rough cut form. At the time the soundtrack was being completed, Collins was out on tour with Genesis. Director Taylor Hackford flew into Chicago to see one of the band's concerts. Collins watched the movie on a videocassette recorder in his hotel room and agreed to appear on the soundtrack. Originally titled How Can You Just Sit There, the song's music was written by Collins during sessions for his debut solo album, Face Value, in 1981, but it fell by the wayside as it was his least favorite of the several ballads he wrote at the time. Neither was it included on Hello, I Must Be Going, as many newer songs were written for that. Eventually, Collins presented the demo to Taylor Hackford when approached to write a song for the Against All Odds movie, which he loved. Then Collins penned the lyrics, which were for the film. Due to the lack of time available as he was on tour with Genesis, he had arranger Arif Mardin produce it, and they worked on it over 2 days. The piano performance is by New York musician Rob Mounsey. Piano, keyboard, bass, and a string section arranged and conducted by Mardin were recorded at RCA Studios in New York, while Collins recorded vocals and drums in Los Angeles. On episode 339 of This American Life, Breakup, Collins relays that the song was inspired and written shortly after the breakup between him and his first wife. In the interview, he says that the divorce transformed him from being a musician into being a lyricist. The song was also included on a Collins album on the 1998 compilation Hits, and it also appeared on his compilation Love Songs, compilation Old and New, from 2004. A live performance of the song also appears on a Serious Hits live album. In 2015, Collins released the original demo recording from the Face Value sessions as part of his Take a Look at Me Now project. Use in association with the film. Against All Odds was created explicitly for the movie, although it was based on an earlier unreleased song Collins had written in 1981. Hackford, who previously used the song for the 1982 American drama film An Officer and a Gentleman, planned the same for the neo-noir 1984 film Against All Odds, which is a remake of Out of the Past. When he signed with Atlantic Records, he was provided with a roster of artists, among whom Collins was chosen, to render the film's theme song based on the quality of his voice. Hackford said that it was a textbook case of designing a song to reflect what the film is. The song appears on the movie as background music during the closing credits. Writing for the soundtrack's review, AllMusic editor Heather Phares claimed that the film is best remembered for the inclusion of Collins' classic theme song. Phares added that the song remains not only one of Collins' definitive singles, but one of the 80s best love songs. Director Hackford also had the same view, stating that it decidedly helped the film. People identified the song with the film and came to watch it. When the single reached top 5, it contributed to the increased box office sales of the movie. Reception. Against All Odds won the Grammy Award for Best Pop Vocal Performance Male in 1985. Was nominated for Song of the Year and for an Academy Award, as well as for a Golden Globe in the Best Original Song categories. At the Academy Awards ceremony, Collins was not invited to sing a song on stage and instead sat in the audience as dancer Anne Reinking gave a mostly lip-sync vocal performance accompanied by a dance routine. Reinking's performance was poorly received by critics from the LA Times and People, as well as by Collins himself in a Rolling Stone interview. When another song Collins performed for a movie, Separate Lives, was being nominated for an Academy Award, in interviews about the original snub by the Academy for Against All Odds, Collins would jokingly say, "To hell with him, I'm going up too," referring to what he would do if the Stephen Bishop written song were to win the award. Collins lost to Stevie Wonder's I Just Called to Say I Love You. Rapper RZA named Against All Odds as his favorite power ballad in an article on such songs in Spin. The Guardian and American Songwriter both named Against All Odds as Collins' second best solo song behind In the Air Tonight. Commercial performance. Against All Odds became Collins' third top 10 single in the UK, peaking at number 2 for 3 weeks in 1984. It was kept from the top spot by Lionel Richie's Hello for the first of these 3 weeks, and Duran Duran's The Reflex for the next 2. It was ranked number 14 in the year-end bestseller chart. In the US and Canada, it peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and RPM charts for 3 weeks in the spring of 1984. Billboard ranked it as the number 5 song of 1984. So, what else do we have? Belgium hit number 4. In Australia, it hit number 3. In Denmark, it hit number 2. In Finland, it hit number 1. In Ireland, Israel, Norway, Portugal, it hit number 1. For the year-end chart, it was the number 2 song of the year in Canada, and as I just mentioned, was the number 5 song of the year in Billboard. So, that's about that. Now, certifications. The certified platinum in the UK for over 600,000 copies sold. In the USA, it was certified gold for 1 million copies sold. In Denmark and Italy, it also was certified gold. Now we get to the Mariah Carey version. She recorded it twice. She recorded it solo for her album, it was Rainbow from 2000. It was produced by Terry Lewis, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. And was not released, was not a hit on the Billboard Hot 100. But in other countries, it was a big hit, including number 2 in Norway and number 2 in Poland, number 9 in Portugal, and number 10 in the Czech Republic. But on the U.S. chart, it only charted on the U.S. NAC Smooth Jazz chart, radio and records, number 28. Canada, did it chart there? No, it did not. So, but then she also recorded it with the group Westlife, and that hit number 1 in the UK. Also in Scotland, Ireland, hit number 2 in Denmark. Did it chart in the U.S.? No, it was not released as a single in the U.S. But it went gold in the UK. So, and then Steve Brookstein on the X Factor finalist in 2005 did a version of it, and that hit number 1 in the UK and in Scotland, and number 11 in Ireland, but did not chart in the USA, since they don't show the X Factor UK in America, obviously. So that's it. I think that's about it. Those are the stats I have on it. It's another song that's been covered in every competitive music show since the 2000s. Because everyone's trying to get a hit with an already established hit song, certainly. So that's about it. That's all I can give you on that in terms of song facts. It's number 798 on my list. I'm going to post a link to the video in the description. I hope you like the video. I hope you share it. I hope you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you hit that bell to notify you when more videos are being released, you can be up on what's happening on my countdown. Alright? So thank you folks so much for watching. I wish you a wonderful, blessed day. Peace and love.